The first speaker that we have is Phil Harrison. He's from GE Free Surrey, and he's the founding member of GE Free BC.
My message today is a message of hope. Hope for our future, hope for safe, nutritious food to feed your family that is affordable for all. I feel there's change in the air. I see that shit is starting to stick to Monsanto. And here's some reasons why I'm hopeful. We have the uproar in Oregon with the finding of GMO contaminated wheat impacting US wheat exports. This has made wheat farmers all over North America stand up and take notice at the threat GMO poses to their crops. We have El Salvador banning Roundup and 52 other toxic chemicals. We have Russia considering banning the imports of all GMOs. Locally, we have Thierry Vrain. He's a former Canadian government GMO scientist who left the dark side and now realizes the many risks of GMOs. His message has gone viral, garnering huge international media attention. Industry says our science is junk science, but Vrain, with his impeccable credentials, puts the lie to that statement. We have the Union of BC Municipalities just passing a resolution on GMOs. And what it says that the UBCM asked the BC government to legislate the prohibition of importing, exporting, and growing plants and seeds containing genetically engineered DNA and raising GE animals within BC, and to declare through legislation that BC is a GE-free zone in respect to all plant and animal species. One year ago, who could have expected that? We have 15 municipalities passing GMO-free resolutions, including Richmond and North Vancouver. We have the Island Association of Municipalities also passing such a resolution. Last spring in California, we had Proposition 37, a vote for mandatory labeling. The industry, the no side, outspent the yes side by 10 to 1. Although it failed, with some 45 million spent to defeat it, it failed by less than 1%. This is seen by many as a victory in that it raised awareness and started a dialogue within California and beyond on the issue of labeling. We have a right to know what we are eating. Coming up in Washington State, there's another vote for mandatory labeling in November. Again, Monsanto and others are spending vast amounts of money to defeat this initiative. This is a battle of media coverage. California lost to the media saturation with scaremongering. You can prevent this by donating money to buy media time to counter their lies with the truth about GMOs. And remember, a vote for mandatory labeling in the US ultimately means a vote for mandatory labeling here in Canada. The rest of the world knows how to protect their food supply. Only in North America are our politicians asleep at the wheel. Our politicians are letting Monsanto drive the vehicle of food policy in this country. With the willful ignorance of our politicians, it sometimes seems a hopeless battle, but it is not. This change is in your hands. Consumers can drive this change by refusing to buy GMO foods. Jeffrey Smith talks about the tipping point. He says with as little as 5% or 10% of the market refusing to buy GMO foods, food manufacturers will switch to non-GMO ingredients. They are loath to lose any market share, and this is exactly what happened in Britain and Europe. They have mandatory labeling. Ask your grocer if the corn he's selling is non-GMO. He may not know what you're talking about, but enough people ask, he will soon find out. Tell him you will not buy his corn unless it is non-GMO. You can also watch for products labeled GMO Project. These are guaranteed to be GMO-free. This is even a higher standard than certified organic. Voting with your pocketbook may be the best action to effect positive change here in Canada. Check out the GE Free BC website to find out where Thierry Vrain and Shiv Chopra are speaking on their cross-Canada tour. Shiv Chopra, for those who don't recognize the name, was one of 3 Health Canada scientists who stood up to their bosses and told the truth about bovine growth hormone. They effectively kept bovine growth hormone out of our milk supply. Their stand ultimately cost them their jobs, and these scientists are heroes by any measure. Federal and provincial politicians may not want to hear your message, but the food industry will listen if enough people speak. Where possible, refuse to buy GMOs. Every time you subsidize a non-GMO alternative, you are sending a message that GMOs are not acceptable. Our children are our future, and I don't do this for myself. I do this for them and their future. I want them to enjoy the same food our parents and grandparents enjoyed. Safe, nutritious food, free of GMOs. Say no to GMOs.